First of all, I would like to thank you for inviting us. We are very glad to introduce you another model, another way of dealing with insurance, but also with social economy and with health. First of all, what is a mutual society? The major activity of mutual society in France are based on complementary health insurance. So basically, we cover the health insurance expenses that are not covered by the public health insurance system. We reimburse what is missing to the people. And what is very specific in our activities that we are not talking about policy holders. We are talking about members. And this is key because our policy holders are members, meaning that they own the mutual society. And what is specific in mutual society, of course, because members own the mutual, is the democratic governance. A mutual society is really managed by the members. The members are in the heart of the key decision process. They are at the board. They elected those members among them to be at the board, and they really are managing the mutual. We have also dedicated values, such as solidarity, responsibility, and clearly we do not make any selection among our members. We avoid discrimination based on the age, based on the gender, also based on the state of health of a person, which is also specific to mutual societies. And finally, our core mission is clearly to give the largest access to healthcare. I'm going to show you how. In France, we represent our federation of French mutuals, represent 426 mutuals. So basically, we provide, as I said, health complementary insurance, but also provident insurance. We cover 38 million people in France, which is more than half of the people in France. We are number one in complementary health insurance. We represent more than 53% of the overall share. We deal with healthcare, social services, but also prevention, health promotion, along with public institutions. And we also manage some specific people that are linked to public servants, self-employed, and students. Regarding our role in the health insurance system, as I said, the biggest part of our activity, that is 84%, is dedicated to complementary health insurance. We represent 80 billion euros in France. And most of our contracts are individual contracts for 71%, although the trend is changing. We have 29% of what we call group contract. It is those plans where employers and employees are paying to insure the people. The other side of our activity that represents roughly 16% is the provident insurance, where we deal with life provident insurance and non-life provident insurance. So basically, we dedicate 3.4 billion euros to this activity, among which we have 2.4 billion dedicated to life. Behind life, we have pensions, basically, savings, but also death benefits, and 1 billion to the non-life provident insurance, where we deal with daily sickness benefits, disability, whether it's temporary or permanent, but also assistance, legal protection, and all the non-life business linked to the person. If we look at the life provident insurance, most of our business is dedicated to saving and pensions, 44% on saving and 29% on pensions. That also reflect the fact that we are focused on a long-term view in our model, which is also a strong strength that we have within mutuals. And we have also 27% to death benefits. That is part of the life of a person too. As I said initially, we have this democratic governance, and the mutual belong to its owners that are the members. So basically, we have no shareholder, we have no dividends. So whenever we have a profit, the members decide what to do with it. And what to do with it could be a rebate on their premiums, on their future premiums, could be to reinvest in one dedicated project or to enhance the company, the mutual society, and also to play its major roles in healthcare facilities and services. We have 2,500 healthcare facilities and services in France that we manage through our activity, and that represent 3.3 billion euros of annual turnover. So it means that we are able to give a very large access to healthcare in France, but also to cover a large territory with our geographical positions and to give quality and affordable access to healthcare. Just to illustrate it, as you can see, we have many facilities and services in optical centers, medical centers, dental centers, hearing, hospital. We cover everybody and almost everywhere. And what we do also with our benefit, we also play a major role in prevention and in health promotion. We dedicate every year 16 million euros to prevention. We deal with 6,500 prevention action every year, and we have among our organization more than 160 people, professionals, dedicated to this activity. That is really a strong complement to the public policy on healthcare. We are a social utility movement. So as I said before, solidarity, that is something really strong in mutuality. And I will illustrate it just after with what we can do with people that are meeting strong difficulties when they need to be covered. We deal, of course, as I said before, democracy. I think we are really a unique model based on this. Responsibility, because we consider that we are a major player in social economy and that we contribute to financial stability, not also in France, but also in Europe. That is important because in our model, we didn't have any bankruptcy. Although there were crises, we are still very careful and we never had any specific issue with our financial assets, for example. With Insolvency II, we are very low risk profile and our ratio are above 300%, which is very high. So basically, this is really part of the DNA of a mutual. As I said, finally, we also dedicate 100 million every year to the social action, whether it's foundation or whether it's specific funds that will help us to afford to our members that are meeting specific difficulties to be able to pay their additional fees on, for example, dental costs or specific hospital costs that they are not able to cover. And I think here also it is a specificity of mutual society, this solidarity. Of course, regarding our size, you understood that we are a very big player, the biggest one. So we employ 85,000 people in France, which is very important. And clearly, we are part of the social cohesion that is specific in France. And finally, we are also members of international associations such as ICMIF, International Cooperative and Mutual Insurance Federation, AIM, Association Internationale de la Mutualité, and of course AMICE, that is well known from the supervision side, that is the Association of Mutual Insurers and Insurance Cooperatives in Europe. That is very important for us to be present at the international level because one of our struggles today is to have our model recognized at European level because of its strengths, as I said before, because we contribute to this financial stability, and because now, as we deal with the same constraint as any other insurance player, it is logical for us to be able to do business cross-border and to grow as any other player to ensure the future of our model that we would like to survive to the system, and of course to guarantee in the future the financial stability as we did it for years and years now.